it going, everyone? It's considerably here, and welcome to the first ever of the park tour series. Today we're going to be focusing on America Park, which is the first of the smaller parks that I made. This park was made in 2021 on the 4th of July. I streamed it on Twitch way back when. And not a whole lot to this one, but let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to zoom on in, and we'll take a look over here. Let's get some motion going here. Not a whole lot of guests here, but oh, I'm going to have to turn the UI on. So guests start over here. They slowly make their way in. We got a couple sparklers and stuff going along the main plaza here. And then this way, not a whole lot of guests here. There's only about 2,700 people. Looks like they're speaking Simlish right now. But we got our first. We're kind of going clockwise. Well, actually, we'll start at the entrance here. The first ride here is the firework launch, and it looks like it's open, but I don't see very many people that are in queue for this. I'm not sure why. Yeah, it's kind of weird that I guess this ride's not very popular. So unfortunately, that's not very many people are going to be there. This next one is the Freedom Swing. I kind of named this. I think it's My Country 'Tis the Theme is the song. Let Freedom Ring. This was the Freedom Swing. It looks like there aren't really many guests on this one yet either. The first of the coasters is Amerilooper. Amerilooper is a B&M Floorless. And this one's a lot more popular. It looks like there's quite a few guests in line. Let's take a look at it. It doesn't even show like how many people are in line right now. It looks like 500 people have. Looks like 500 people have taken it or have ridden this ride. We got a couple options here. We got maintenance. I wish it told you. I know that Roller Coaster Tycoon used to do that, where it would tell you how many guests are in line, but looks like there's quite a few people in there. There's actually a lot in the priority pass lines, so we got that going for us right there. And since we'll take a look and see where. Okay, this is perfect. Perfect. We're in the station. So first park tour coaster ride. Get to see the nice little fireworks there. You can always ride the ride without my commentary on YouTube. But here we go, first drop. Whoa! So you go through a vertical loop. You're gonna go through that. Oh, okay, I got out of that tree. So we're gonna go through a dive loop. Yeah, this is one of the older parks. Go through another dive loop. And back when I didn't know that you had to take the trees out, so go through a corkscrew. So it's another tree that needs to be moved, and followed by another corkscrew. And we're gonna move over to the right, and then we got one last inversion. I think that it was either Heartline Roll or a Barrel Roll, But yep, there's a Amerilooper. So let's all head on in on that, and we gotta move some trees. So, but I may have to do that later because this is a park tour, not a construction screen. So I have to, and I do tend to get distracted easily. So this attraction here doesn't look like there's really anybody on it. It's the American Roller. Actually, I don't know, I do see some people on there. Not very many. That's not really balanced now, is it? Yeah, because you got like 4 people here, or 4 cars. Actually, no, 5. 5 cars. You got 5 cars like that. It looks like there's a couple more people heading in, so at least it's not entirely a ghost town. There's a couple shops in front. I have to admit, I'm not the best at shops. And we also got a Ferris wheel, or observation wheel right here, the Wheel Estates. Looks like this one's been losing a lot of money ever since it opened. But, this is one of those, it's like the Sun Wheel at Disneyland. So we got that going for us right there. The fireworks went off, nice. Yeah, we'll be riding that one fairly soon, but we got plenty. So not a whole lot to say about the Wheel Estates. I'd offer a ride, but we'd be here all day. Looks like most guests are in line for Eagle Cyclone. Eagle Cyclone is the flagship ride of the entire park, and it's basically the one of the big inspirations for this one was Colossus, and coincidentally we're in the station again, so I don't have to change trains. But so yeah, Colossus, the original Colossus at Magic Mountain was kind of an inspiration for this one. You could also basically like your typical boardwalk dipper. Like you can think something like Giant Dipper at San Diego or at Santa Cruz. But here we go. I'm gonna do a quick turnaround real quick. And it's pretty slow actually at the very start. But go up a nice little lift hill. There's the fireworks off to your right. This park, I'd have to check it. I haven't loaded this one up in a long time. Okay, auto save. Okay. So it's gonna head down. Got a couple airtime hills there. Gonna head up. You have a little bit of a turnaround there, that way you get a little bit of speed before you get to the next drop. You got another drop right there. And then we're gonna turn around. And it's gonna drop down. It's gonna go up like that. It's gonna go up like that. Another drop around and one more turn around. Oh, okay, that's a tree. Another tree that has to be removed. And there's the final brakes. And another tree, so I might be establishing a tree counter. Actually, I probably should establish a tree counter. So, there we go. That's the end of Eagle Cyclone. One of the highest excitement rides. I think it's still in the top 10. Actually, I think it may not. It may be off of the top 10, but its excitement rating is 8.35, which is really good. So I think Eagle Cyclone, even though it's one of the oldest rides that I've built, I think it's also one of the most solid rides that I've built. So, yeah. So we got that going for us there. There's a couple smaller rides. We also got Ameriswinger. This is like your typical chair swing. It looks like I guess I've just gotten off of it. So we got that going for us right there. Next up is the Boston Tea Party. So yeah, the Boston Tea Party, one of the critical events that led to the American Revolution. And of course, it's right next to right next to Eagle Cyclone, and got that going for us. Let's head on to the inside first. So we got Revolution, which I just mentioned the American Revolution. This is another ride that's named after it. I know it's the scissor style, but that's gonna go really fast. Let's see if we can hop on real quick. It seems like it's not really spinning the way I was hoping it to. Oh, okay, let's try seat camp. There we go, that's better. There's our spin. So, get a nice little spin on the revolution. Got that going for us here. Alright, I'm gonna get off. Alright, next up, looks like the ride's ending anyway. So next up we got the merry-go-round, Paul Revere's Midnight Ride. And this is another event that led to the American Revolution back in the 18th century. As a brief aside, when I was in middle school, we'll talk about this while I'm in on the merry-go-round. Okay, so all right, now that the merry-go-round's going, so here's the story. Back when I was in 8th grade, one of the assignments that we had to do was we had to memorize as much as we could of the poem Paul Revere's Ride, and this was almost 25 years ago, so I've probably forgotten most of it, if not all. But it's the famous "One if by land, two if by sea" poem, where Paul Revere has to warn the colonies, as many as he can, to, I think it's the whole thing about Middlesex village and town and stuff like that, but he has to warn them about the British arriving, because the Revolutionary War was about to start. But the thing was that I had a really good memory back then. It's not as good now as it used to be. But I was able to memorize over 100 lines of the poem, and the poem was about 200 or so lines. And I think it was in order to get an A on the assignment, you had to get 40 lines. I think it was the first 40 lines of the poem. So that's kind of the story there. But so that's basically a short story for like kind of where I came up with the name for this. Plus, this is a merry-go-round, and Paul Revere had a horse. So, well, most rich people back then had horses. All right, so we got a couple rides left. We've got the family coaster, Little Patriot, which I think there's a ride. Yep, there's a ride at the station. So this is. Oddly enough, I was taking a look at the views of the rides and stuff, and this is actually one of the most popular rides on the channels. So this is one of those sleeper hits. For the record, the coaster right now, as of this recording, the coaster with the most views is Old Vegas Dipper, which was the family coaster that I made for Spring Meadows. Another one of the oldest parks. It's but this here is Little Patriot, and I kind of figured that like the worm style would be better than the dragon style for these. But you get a little bit of a drop there, and it's going to drop over here as well. It's going to go through another airtime hill, and it's going to curve over to the right and drop over there. You're going to have another airtime hill. It's going to curve over to the right, and there's the final brakes. So it's going to drop down into the station. Looks like the other train's already going, so yeah, 3 for 3 on this one. This was awesome. Not having to change trains in the middle of the ride. So at least we got that going for us. Alright. A few more rides left. I think there's only 2. So this next one is the Flying Eagle. It looks like you have a couple options. Let's see if we can get on. Okay, so it's a little different. Wait, this is weird. Decrease height or increase height. You can. Wow, that is. I did not know that. You learn something new every day. That I did not know you can change the height of this ride. Can you do that for some of the other ones? Like, Let's see here what we got here. We got... Is it just that one? Yeah, it's kind of weird, but like, I knew that I dropped towers and stuff in the past, but I did not know you can change... I did not know you can change the height of this ride. So... That is something you learn every day. Alright, the last ride of the park is Liberty Falls. So Liberty Falls, this is the lock flume. And let's go, Liberty Falls. So I have to admit, I'm not the best at water rides. And so please bear with me. We got a nice little scenic view here. Couple trees. Very patriotic trees. Back when the coasters were on the original channel, I had a friend that commented that such beautiful American trees. We've also got a really slow lift hill. We're going to fast forward through this. Another tree that needs to be taken out. Alright. I think that's Act 5 now. I don't know. The tree counter will tell me. Alright, so got a whole bunch of trees and stuff in the distance. You can see Eagle Cyclone as well. But here we go. Here's the big drop. So it's going to go up, and it's going to drop down. Whee! All right. Yeah, raise those hands in the air. Got a couple splashes over to the right. See the nice little waterfall there. And we'll just fast forward into the station. So that's pretty much it. Let's hop on out. And I don't think there's anything that I missed. There's a couple shops over here too, but that's pretty much it. America Park, one of the first ones I did, and one of the smallest ones that I've done. If you like the content of this video, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And until then, I will see you guys next time.